All right, so we have to start, guys, with this explosion of controversy around the convention center audit that I mentioned at the top. Without going through every last bit of it, it comes down to the fact that Speaker Mattiello's team ordered an audit, and it raised a lot of eyebrows because it came at the same time as this personnel investigation into his friend Jim Demers, who is the head of security there. He's now backed off. And Dan, you and I have been covering the assembly for a long time. Speakers, their authority is very important to maintaining power in that divided caucus. And to see the speaker backtrack so abruptly Thursday morning, not where I think the speaker and his team would have wanted to be.
No question about it. It reminds me a little bit of last year with the chiropractor and sort of putting money into the budget, and then once you reported it and figured it out and really shined a spotlight on it, the speaker quickly backed off. Actually, to his credit, it's one of the things he's shown a willingness to do when he does get a lot of pressure. He comes back and he is willing to relook at it. I do think, though, excuse me, politically, I think the challenge that he has, or the interesting dynamic here is something that we're all buzzing about. I know we're all getting text messages, and the state, insiders are all buzzing about it. For him, all he has to care about are the people in that room, and we haven't seen any sign yet that the room is going to change. I think as long as he has them, as long as he has, if you don't have the majority leader, Joe Shekarchi, coming out and saying, boy, this was a real mistake, and slamming him, people are kind of standing by him. Until that changes, I don't think it matters for him all that much politically. I do think it hurts him going forward. You're in an election year, he's obviously in a Trump district and things like that. This could be something that affects him down the line, but in the room, not sure that it matters that much.
Yeah, that risk of death by 1,000 cuts. Eli, our team's been reporting on this for weeks now and doing stories in the last week since it boiled over. One thing I think was fascinating to me was how fast the way the speaker's team positioned it changed Thursday morning. You were actually at one of the meetings that was a crucial part of that. Talk about how that all went down.
Yeah, Thursday was especially a busy day. In about the course of an hour, we saw a couple different entities challenge the speaker and this audit. It first started with the House Minority Leader, Blake Filippi. He came out with a lawsuit against Mattiello, and then just about 20 minutes later, the Convention Center Authority Board voted to not comply with the audit. And then probably half an hour, 45 minutes later, the speaker decided to cancel the audit. So it was a lot happening in just one morning, and you saw everything turn on its head.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like they didn't want to test too much the legal limits of their power in the Speaker's office over the Legislative Leadership Committee that was at the center of this.
You don't want a judge coming in and saying anything.
You don't want a judge deciding. Exactly.